Hi everyone. Today I am going to tell you two short stories from Akbar and Birbal. I think I have already said more than 100 stories, and when I don't get enough time, that time I used to tell Akbar and Birbal stories because they are short one, small one. So let me begin the first story. The name of the first story is uh, King Akbar's invitation. So let me begin. One day, King Akbar said, "Oh Birbal, I think a person who has wealth, he only can earn respect. And is it possible for a person to be poor and yet can earn respect?" Then Birbal said, "Why not, Your Majesty? He can. Even if he is poor, a person can earn respect." Then King Akbar said, "If you think so, then bring him tomorrow. I want to see that person." Then Birbal, as usual, said, "Yes, Your Majesty, I'll do that." Then he went away. Next day, Birbal went to the street and looked everywhere. Suddenly he saw a beggar on the street. That man was very lean and thin, and it seemed as if he had not earned a single penny, and he didn't eat for last few days. And it seemed like that. He was so lean and thin, and his dress was so poor. That too, he was walking using a stick. Then Birbal came to the beggar and said, "Please come with me to the royal court." And the beggar went with Birbal to King Akbar's court. Now when Birbal and the beggar presented, and when they were in the royal court, then King Akbar asked, "Oh Birbal, what is this? Who is he? It seems as if he has not eaten for last few days, and his dresses are tattered. What happened? Why you have brought him here?" Then Birbal said, "Your Majesty, yesterday only you told me that a man, is it possible for a man to be poor and yet can earn respect? That is what I have shown you." Then Akbar said, "How come? How is it proved?" Then Birbal smiled and said, "Your Majesty, with your invitation only he has come to your court. Is there anything better than this? This is enough for him. You told me, that is why I brought. That means he is invited. Am I right?" Then King Akbar understood, and he gave a lot of wealth to that poor, and also rewarded Birbal. And he was very much pleased with Birbal's witty answers. This one is the first story. The second story is a gardener. So let me begin the second story. One day King Akbar was strolling in his royal garden. While he was strolling, suddenly he stumbled with a small rock, and he got hurt on his toes. Then immediately he called the gardener. Next day he immediately called the gardener and asked, "Oh fool, how did you work in the garden? Because of you only yesterday I got hurt on my toes, and you are very careless. So I will punish you. Your son, you'll get the death punishment." Just he ordered his guards and kept quiet. The gardener couldn't tell anything. His eyes were filled with water. He came back and he went to Birbal for his help. Then Birbal whispered something on his ear. And the next day, King Akbar asked the guards to bring that gardener to the court. When the gardener came, Akbar asked, "Yes, tell me, what is your last wish? Today you tell me, then only you will get the death penalty. Means you will die. So tell me your last wish." The gardener he cleared his throat. Then he spat on King Akbar's foot. Then all the courtiers, those who were present there, they just became speechless. They were stunned. They looked at each other. How come this gardener dared to do this? Then Birbal, with joining hands, said, "Your Majesty, this gardener is a really very loyal person. He is very loyal to you. Only thing that he doesn't want that people will dislike you because of your such a severe punishment for such a small mistake. That is why, to save you, to help you only, he spat on your feet, so that this one is really crime. And now your punishment is justified. That is why, just to help you, he spat on your feet." All the courtiers and everybody they looked at each other and to Birbal's face. And even King Akbar understood that for such a minor, small mistake, he was not supposed to give him death sentence. And that is why Birbal has planned this one. He became very happy. He excused, forgave the gardener, and also gave enough gift to Birbal. Look, Akbar Birbal stories are such small ones. But even from this story, a lot of thing is there to learn. You know how he was so witty, and he was not doing anything for himself, means just for his sake. He was helping others every time. Even he was helping King Akbar, means he saved Akbar from danger so many times. Anyways, thank you so much for listening, and again I will meet you with some new stories. For the time being, thank you. And if you have time, please visit my site thegalpa.com. Yes, no new stories are there except mythological stories or series, Mahabharata series. But still then, I think you have gone through all the story. Go through it. Thank you so much.